High Admiral Kreshtal observed the tactical display aboard the Dominion flagship Eternal Conquest, satisfaction flowing through his battle-scarred carapace. After 18 months of brutal warfare, the Terran colonies were finally within reach of total defeat. Only one system remained outside Dominion control, an insignificant farming world designated as Terra 7 that barely registered on strategic assessments. Admiral, reported Intelligence Officer Vex, her mandibles clicking with anticipation. Our scouts confirm that Terra 7 contains no military installations, no defensive platforms, and no industrial capacity. Population, approximately 50,000 humans engaged in agricultural production. Kreshtal's four eyes focused on the distant planet. Terra 7 appeared exactly as described, vast green fields stretching across its continents, simple dome structures scattered across the landscape, and orbital sensors detecting nothing but agricultural machinery and civilian transport vessels. A farming colony, he mused. Hardly worth the fuel expenditure to conquer it. But High Command had been explicit. No human presence could be permitted to survive. The war had lasted too long, cost too many Dominion lives, and revealed too many uncomfortable truths about human resilience. Complete extermination was the only acceptable outcome. Signal the fleet, Kreshtal commanded. Standard bombardment pattern. Eliminate all surface structures and orbital installations. Make it swift. The Dominion fleet consisted of 200 vessels, dreadnoughts, cruisers, and support ships representing the combined military might of 7 star systems. Against a defenseless farming world, it was massive overkill, but Kreshtal preferred overwhelming force to unexpected complications. As the fleet moved into bombardment position, something unusual appeared on the tactical displays. Across Terra 7's surface, the agricultural fields began to shift and change, their neat geometric patterns rearranging into complex spirals and interconnected networks. Sensor anomaly, reported Navigation Officer Zur. The planetary surface is rearranging itself. Kreshtal leaned forward in his command throne. Elaborate. The agricultural zones are moving, Admiral. The crops, the irrigation systems, even the topography itself, appears to be shifting into some kind of pattern. The tactical display updated, showing Terra 7 from orbital perspective. What had appeared to be random farmland was now clearly visible as an enormous geometric design covering entire continents. The pattern was too complex and too precise to be natural, but it was also too large to be comprehensible from any single viewpoint. It's a planetary-scale agricultural matrix, whispered Science Officer Neth, her voice tight with recognition. Admiral, I don't think those humans are farming food. Before Kreshtal could respond, his communications officer announced an incoming transmission from the planet's surface. A human face appeared on the main screen, an elderly man with weathered features and kind eyes, wearing simple farming clothes covered in soil. This is Thomas Chen, coordinator of Terra 7 Agricultural Collective, the human said calmly. You have 60 seconds to withdraw your fleet from this system before we take defensive action. Kreshtal's mandibles spread in what passed for amusement among his species. Coordinator Chen, you appear to be under the mistaken impression that your farming equipment poses some threat to a Dominion battle fleet. Thomas Chen smiled sadly. Admiral, we're not farmers in the way you understand the term. We're terraforming specialists. We don't grow crops, we grow worlds. We don't harvest food, we harvest life force itself on a planetary scale. The tactical display suddenly erupted with new data. Energy signatures were emerging from Terra 7's agricultural matrix, not mechanical energy, but something far more fundamental. The planet's entire biosphere was beginning to resonate in harmony, generating a field that extended far beyond the planet's atmosphere. 30 seconds, Thomas Chen continued. What you see as farmland is actually a biological supercomputer made of interconnected ecosystems. Every plant, every microorganism, every insect is part of a living network that can manipulate the fundamental forces that govern life and death. Science Officer Neth's readings spiked. "Admiral, the energy field is expanding at light speed. It's affecting our ship's biological systems." Across the fleet, Dominion crew members began experiencing something unprecedented. Their bodies were shutting down not through violence or damage, but through the simple withdrawal of whatever force sustained life itself. They weren't being killed, they were being gently disconnected from existence. 15 seconds, Thomas Chen said. The Matrix can extend its influence across any distance instantaneously. Every Dominion world, every Dominion ship, every Dominion life form is now within range of our agricultural network. Kreshtal felt his own life force beginning to ebb. His crew members were collapsing at their stations, not in pain but in peaceful unconsciousness. Throughout the fleet, 200 warships were becoming tombs filled with beings who were simply stopping. 5 seconds, Thomas Chen announced. "The choice is yours, Admiral. Withdraw and never return, or we harvest your entire civilization." Kreshtal managed to croak out a single word, "Withdraw." The sensation of dying stopped immediately. Across the fleet, Dominion crew members gasped back to consciousness, their life forces restored as easily as they had been removed. But the message was clear. Terra 7 could have ended every Dominion life in the galaxy with the same effort it took to grow a tomato. "Wise choice," Thomas Chen said. "For what it's worth, we never wanted to use the Matrix as a weapon. We built it to create life, to turn dead worlds into gardens. But when forced to choose between letting our people die and demonstrating our true capabilities, well, you've seen the result." As the Dominion fleet retreated in disorder, Kreshtal stared at the tactical display, showing Terra 7's true nature. The agricultural matrix covered the entire planet in patterns that were simultaneously beautiful and terrifying, a living mandala capable of controlling the most fundamental force in the universe. In his final report to High Command, Kreshtal wrote, "Recommendation: immediate cessation of all hostilities with human colonies. Terra 7 has demonstrated the ability to terminate all Dominion life remotely and instantaneously. The humans have not been growing food, they have been growing power over life itself." The war ended 9 minutes after Terra 7 revealed its true purpose. Not through violence or destruction, but through the simple demonstration that humanity had learned to treat the force that animated all living things as just another crop to be cultivated, harvested, and shared. Across the galaxy, the message was clear. Some species didn't fight wars. They simply reminded the universe who was really in charge of life and death.